Looking at the latest SR CounterTrend 2 research workspace, no trades in our major markets, and I mean major markets, crude oil, gold, silver, on SR CounterTrend 2. ES and NQ, we talked about this weekend, no trades there so far. The kind of the minor markets that don't have as much profitability, in my opinion, are RBOB, heating oil, and euro currency. But I want to show you the latest results, latest updates, and you can download the workspace for the latest updates for SR. If you have SR CounterTrend 2, you can download the workspace if you don't have SR CounterTrend 2, but it won't work without the easy language. So it's only the workspace that's downloaded here, and you can see here. Here is the trade station performance summary for that's RBOB. This is we wanted to go with crude oil first. Here's crude oil, and you see $129 average trade profit. This hasn't changed since the last report. There's been no trades. Gold, same thing. No trades in SR CounterTrend 2 gold. SR CounterTrend gold is trading today, but SR CounterTrend 2 gold is not. And so you see the equity curve there. Average trade profit 179, and then silver. These markets, crude oil and gold, have the highest average trade profit. Silver a little bit lower, and you get a little bit more slippage in silver. These reports are without slippage and commission. I know many of you have different slippage and commission numbers, and so 149 is what you would start with, and then go from there to reduce your slippage and commission number. And I know some of you would take out as much as $70 or $80. So it'd only be you'd only see half the total net profit, and your drawdown would be higher. Your equity curve would be choppier once you add slippage and commission. And so SR CounterTrend 2, E-mini S&P, we added some updates to this. These are some of the settings you can use, and again, you can download those or see those on the NinjaTrader 8 page. We had a page for NinjaTrader 8 this weekend for the settings on ES, and if you're a TradeStation user, you can download those in this workspace directly and get the latest inputs. Performance summary, pretty choppy in 2017, but if you look at the periodical returns, overall 26.25 this year on 21 trades, so high average trade profit. 2017 was down. This is a wide-ranging counter-trend strategy, and so it doesn't trade a lot, but it's consistent. And the average trade profit is at $66, which is a nice number for day trading the E-mini S&P. And then we take a look at the NQ, E-mini NASDAQ, 68 average trade profit. Nice number for day trading the NQ. Here is the 40,830 total net profit without slippage and commission, 57.70 drawdown. These are typical numbers you can expect, to go to. If you trade one system, I always tell clients, put $10,000 per system. If you have a portfolio, you can do less than $10,000 per system if you have the diversity calculated the way we do in the calculators. And here is the equity curve for the NQ. You can see a big peak right here at the beginning of 2016, and then a drop off through September 2016, and then it's kind of been straight up since. And there are periods with nice equity curve, not flat, but a little less volatility in the equity curve, and then there's periods with more volatility in the equity curve. And so this goes back 10 years. I've tested these back further, and they are consistent there as well. I'm just taking a look at 10 years because of memory on the computer, but you can back test more if you want. RBOB, $96 average trade profit, fairly low drawdown. It has a loss today, and you can see that's just part of the normal cycle in this equity curve. If you take a look here, it goes through winning and losing streaks. And a lot of times when you look at this equity curve, these drawdowns, when they happen in real trading, feel bigger than they look on an equity curve that's projected out with new equity peaks. And so keep that in mind. Heating oil, here is heating oil. It's choppier and less average trade profit than RBOB. Euro currency had some new settings on the euro currency that you could use if you wanted. I tested some new settings, and Here are the results. You get the workspace and you can see those. And here is the equity curve for crude oil going back, or euro currency going back about 10 years. And so by far the best equity curves are with crude oil and gold, and then silver, even the S&P and NASDAQ come in second tier, and then these others, RBOB, heating oil, and euro currency are kind of the third tier in this setup. So still researching this, still looking at new opportunities. I want to show you the latest trades today on the 100K portfolio. So here we are. Gold is down. SR CounterTrend gold. This is not SR CounterTrend 2. This is our original SR CounterTrend that we've had for a while on the 100K. This is also in the 25K and million dollar portfolios. Cobra 3 already hit its profit target on one bar. It had a little CounterTrend rally, got short, and they took out the most recent lows in the past couple of weeks. And so I think, the magnet of the lows in February are kind of a magnet at this point and will tend to go that direction. So the profit target version already took its profit at $600 while we're down 440 in gold. But the other strategy, all three of these trades today are in all portfolios, and those are the only trades so far in the portfolios today. The non-profit target version, this is what we've been talking about. We want to put ourselves in a position to capture the big winners, the potentially big winners. There's no guarantee that we can, and oftentimes you think you have to catch a turning point to capture the big winner. Now, Cobra 3 is shorting near the low today, but it's currently up 1,000. Now we're completely risking that plus $600. We've already made $600 on Cobra 3, E-mini S&P, and now we're risking that amount to capture a mega move, and it may not happen. This may reverse and get stopped out, but that's what you have to do to put yourself in a position. You have to leave the position alone in order to catch a big move in so much volatility. There can be big counter trend moves, and some of these counter trend moves will stop us out. But we want to put ourselves in a position to capture moves if they happen. Let me show you in February. Or here's a long move. Not just a short move. We're not just bearish. But 27.3250 exit at 27.5225. Had a loss there. But let me show you the mega moves that happened in February. And here is February the 8th. 26.5325. 25.8350. 27.4525, and exited at 26.5025, and so that gave it the opportunity to catch the mega move. But if you're sitting here watching this in real time, it feels very volatile. Here's another one, 27.96. This is kind of a straight line move down, 27.96 to 27.65. But this one you're in at 27.4525. It goes down. You're up to 27.20, up over 1,000. Then it comes back here, 27.3625, and then it goes down here, 26.4050, and then it rallies up here to 27.02. You're talking about a 60-point counter trend move. So if you're watching your equity in real time, you see $3,000 disappear, and then it comes back down here. And we exited at the open of the last bar of the day. Now, and then also you say, wow, you could have made even more had you held it to the close of the day. That's true, and that's something you could test and do if you want to do on your own. You can modify the exit times, the stop losses, profit targets. You could add trailing and break even if you want, and test it and maybe find a better exit technique. But in general, if you want to capture big moves in the market, you have to risk losing your open position, big open position profits. And so that's hard to do sometimes, but that's how we're set up in the portfolios, and that's the latest update on the trades for today and SR CounterTrend 2.